Okay. Get started here. I've never done one of these intros before. Shoot. I need to, crap. Okay. I think I'm supposed to read from a script. First thing is, hello. Hi. I'm, the Big Bean. Yeah. I'm the Big Bean. I am a former, well, let's say former graphic designer for well over a decade. In high school, I spent most of my time, instead of doing homework, I did Photoshop, learning Photoshop, joining forums of actual professional graphic designers, and deconstructing and learning from images that they shared online through Photoshop battles and tutorials and whatnot. I went to college for graphic design, but did not finish. School was never my thing. Homework, stuff like that. I just, wasn't very motivated to get the homework done. But by the time I got to college, and I already knew Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, Flash, and even how to do basic coding of websites. I taught myself HTML, CSS, PHP, MySQL, action scripting within Flash, which, depending on how old you are, you might not even know what Flash is. And action scripting was very similar to JavaScript, if you can think of that. I did freelance for a few years after college and then finally landed. I was hired on by someone full time to do web design and create a social website before social websites were super big. It was the time of MySpace. And we were doing MySpace for a specific audience. So I worked on that for a while. Turns out that was a bigger project that I could handle, so we sold the project. I was one person, and I taught myself. But through that, gained a lot of experience and moved on and got hired on as a graphic / web / photographer at a actual studio. We got laid off, and to avoid the details, we'll just move on. I've been streaming on and off for 10 years or so, taking several years off multiple times. I've been streaming regularly for the most part for at least a year, if not a little longer at this point. And now I've landed a not partnership. What is it? It's not partner, it's affiliate on Twitch, which I only wanted that so I could control my ads on the page. It's the only reason I really wanted that. I'm very bad at advertising myself. So we have a very small but great community over there. And now I'm wanting to branch back out to YouTube, which, as you could see on my page, I have several videos from many years ago. And I'm trying to change that now. I mostly play games, But now I'm venturing into Unreal Engine 5. So here we are at this video, the first of many, where I chronicle my journey in learning Unreal Engine 5. It's going to be messy. There will be many recordings where I accomplish nothing, but I will ultimately learn something every video. So until I finish the subject of these videos, this project, it's gonna have minimal editing, which means lots of dead air and puzzled looks. So if watching a graphic designer that is coming from the 2D realm and moving into the 3D realm via Unreal Engine 5 is your thing, then welcome. I appreciate you watching the videos. So now I guess I'll stop delaying and we'll move on to this weird journey into Unreal 5. I hope that you also might learn something along with me. So yeah, thanks for being here. Let's go to the video. I don't have anything else on the script. We can. All right. So we are going to get started on my mega project, which will be a video in which we have, let me open this up, this right here, our storyboard. And today, and probably more days going forward, we're going to be creating this first scene, which is going to be coffee beans falling into a coffee cup in, I guess, slow-mo, where the particles bounce around and hit each other and fall in there all kind of realistically. Everything is going to be monotone or monochromatic, with some nice contrast and whatnot. So that's what we are going to be working on starting now. First things first, I need to create, actually I already have my mug level. We got the mug level. But first I need this guy. We need to bring him in. Bring him in. There we go. You're gonna for people on the YouTube. Hello, YouTube. You're gonna see the screen kind of shifting and whatnot a lot. It's just so everybody can read what's going on this screen, the details pane, and these screens, the main screen. So I set up a system where it automatically shrinks and enlarges, much like so that we can all have a good time and learn possibly in the future. so let's go back to let's go to the materials. Should be in here. And we'll make that the instance. Boom. And we'll go back in here and raise up a little bit so we can see. Add our first light, which will be a directional light at 2.5 lux. Very good. And we will raise him up real high so we don't see the icon inside of our viewport. Okay, now we need to make sure that we're getting some nice shadows. So let's figure out why we're not getting nice shadows. Because I'm pretty sure I changed this guy to not be translucent. No, okay. I need to make it opaque. We don't need it two-sided because we're never going to see the other side of it. And that means opacity can get turned off. And now we can save it and close it. There we go. Now we go to our lights and we start messing with that so we can get a nice flow in there. Maybe lower this down to like 1.5. Yeah. Nice soft shadow in the back for some contrast. And I'm going to turn off the grid because it is driving me crazy how much it's flickering. We don't need the grid anyway because we already have our backdrop at level 0, so we know where things need to go. So yeah, that's a pretty nice shadow for now. Now we're going to see what we can do as far as models. So I want to create a sphere, I think. We're going to create a sphere out here. And we're going to do maybe 24 subdivisions will probably be good. I don't think that I need the radius to be too big. Latitude and longitude on subdivisions. We'll do 24 and 24. That seems round enough. Maybe 32 and 32. 32. 32. That's pretty round. That should be good. Except that now what we're going to do is we're going to go on top. And we're going to mess with polygroup edit. This object has only a single polygroup. Oh. And why is that? It doesn't have any points either? Huh. Really? Well, there's the wireframe. So I should be able to select just certain ones. All right. We're gonna do a different circle, I guess. We won't do latitude, longitude. Polygroup mode. Per... Let's see what that does. There we go. All right. So I'm going to do... I don't want to select all of them. But I do want to do that. And that. And this one. Let's see. This one. This one. This one. And this one. Are you selected now? Are we good? Yes. Okay, now we're going to drag them down. Uh-oh. I also have to get that point. We can do the point later. We'll drag him down. Into the cup. That's deep enough, I think. All right. Then we'll do like so. And we'll go to a front view. I think that would be good. And we'll bring him down. And since it's a coffee cup, I'll actually have a little bit of a convex shape right there at the bottom. Okay. Now I don't know what I'm gonna do. Let's go back into perspective. Maybe I want more of these sides to be down there as well. All right. So this one, this one, this one, and this one, and this will be the last one. Okay. And this one. Go back to the side view. Start bringing those down. But we can only go so far because of the sides. Maybe I should have done... Okay, sphere is not the way to go. Delete the sphere. We're going to do a cylinder. Cylinder is probably the way to go. 32 radial slices. Height subdivisions. I'll also do 32. I'm worried that this is going to be one polygon. It's probably going to be the case. Yep. So, and I can't do anything with that guy. I can click this guy. Does that also select this one down here? I need to make sure. I don't think so. We'll find out. Okay, so I think what I'll do is first we will shrink it. I want a universal shrink like that. I think that'll be fine. And then I will bring it down. Go into our front view. That'll be good. Okay. We will make the coffee cup shorter later. Now, since we already have an angle there, wrong object. Okay. Since we already have an angle there, I can grab this outer rim and how did I do that before? There we go. Oh, hold on. Let me redo that. So what I'm doing is I'm grabbing this box and then bringing it in. Moving it to the left to bring it in a little bit. And then we'll lower that just a tad. And that will be the rim of the cup. That will be the rim of the cup. All right. Now we want to select all of these, if I can. Well, this is going to be a bit of a pain, but it's fine, I guess. to about there, I guess. And I want to see if I can scale it all down. Not move it down, I want to scale it down. It looks like I'm just moving it down though. So that's not going to work. So we just need to start with a shape that is ideal. Okay. Lesson learned. Height. Too short. 75. That'll be fine. Radius. That's too big. So maybe half of the height is fine on the radius. Yeah, that'll be fine. Okay. This is a good starting point. So we'll go back into here and grab this. If anybody is watching this video in the future, these two settings right here, if you have edges and you select this one that looks like it's selecting around it, that's what it does. It selects all of the edges in that loop. Okay, now we grab this, squish it in about right there. And then move it down. And I want to move it down to about that level. I think that'll be good. At least for now. Back to our perspective. Now you can kind of see this edge right here being a little weird. That's fine. We're gonna work on that. Gonna bring it in a little bit and pull it down. Like right there. There we go. Now I think if I select both of these and I do a bevel, I can't do a negative bevel, but if I do like a 0.5, 0.75, 0.8, 0.85, 0.83. We'll add some subdivisions in here to make it rounder. I think 4 is all I'll need, maybe. We'll see. 0.995, 1.05, 1.10. Oops, 1.20. 30. We'll go up to 1.5. 0.8. Trying to get it closed up right here. The round weight might help it out as well. Do like a 0.85. That'll give it a little bit of roundness. We don't need this perfect. But the better it is at the beginning, the better we will be off later. So I think maybe I'll add 2 more subdivisions. The round weight is not good there. It really starts being weird in the inside parts. But I think that will be good. There we go. We now have the inside and the lip of the coffee cup ready to go. So now we're going to do the bottom part. Which will be, we're actually going to type, I'm going to type these in. So scale is going to be 0.98, 0.98, and 0.98. I don't know if I needed to do the Z actually. Probably only the X and Y. Yeah. Except, I guess I could select a new one, but so now we're going to do 0.96 and 0.96. And I'm going the opposite direction I want to go. Crap. Negative. Ugh. Why does it keep going in? Go out. Get out of there. Oh no. Something's gone wrong. Something's gone horribly wrong. We're twisted. Get untwisted. Is it gonna happen? It's not happening. Okay. How can I fix this? One point oh two. 1.02. Okay, we're back to normal. Okay. So, I need to start like up here. And we're going to do 0.99, 0.99, 0.98, 0.98, 0.97, 0.97, 0.96, 0.96. Oh, we got a nice even taper down. 0.95, 0.95, 94, 94, 93, 93, 92, and 91. There we go. Nice, smooth taper down. Not bad. Easy peasy. What happened to this? Why is that not beveled anymore? Nani? What happened there? Oh, it is showing the Z being manipulated as well. Huh. Interesting. I don't know why the bevel went away. Let's get the right perspective here. It might help if I'm at the same level as the other line for the bevel. Okay, and select that and create a bevel. And all of that is already selected. Accept the action, accept the polygroup, edit. There we go. Now it does look a little weird right now, but I think if we just drag this on here, it might clean it up a little bit. Ooh. You know, from this angle, maybe it just looks like a coffee cup. Let's adjust the light a little bit to not be right on. Let's make that softer. Yeah, I think it will be fine. That's one sexy cup. That's getting there. I need to make sure that I have a good shadow for both the cup and the backdrop. Which might not be possible. If I get a bigger angle, and do like that. That shadow seems really dark. Probably because the sun is so... No. So no. It just seems really harsh. Ugh. That'll be fine. We can adjust it with this. Indirect light saturation. Well, it might not be this setting, but... No, it's not this setting. What setting? It was, shadow angle factor. There we go. We can really soften that up if I want. Boom. And 4 samples per, 8 samples per deal. So it's not as bad. It's not an atmospheric light. It's not a distant field shadow. It's not static shadows. Doesn't affect translucent lighting. It doesn't cast volumetric lights because I'm not going to have volumetrics. That'll be something for down the line. I don't know if the coffee bean emitter is going to be considered a volumetric. Probably not, but we'll see. So we'll do like... that. That'll be our, at least our baseline coffee cup. I don't like that line in there, but I don't know what I'm going to be able to do about that. Ah, don't zoom in, just do the camera. It's going to be those two. I can't get it, the bevel to go in between there. Cancel that action. I might be able to merge these into one. Let's see what happens if I merge them. Cannot merge current selection. Okay. Can I bevel that face? No. Like extrude offset performed in a Boolean way, meaning that the faces can cut away the mesh or bridge mesh parts. Ugh. So I can get them to be even with the other one at least, or slightly above it. Okay. That's a little bit better. It's not as obvious right now. What else can I do? If I just do the two lines, can't push pull unless I have a face to, okay. Enable marquee. I want to go up and down with the marquee. I just want to select all of them. Hit back faces. There we go. Just click and drag. Now I want to recalculate those normals. And actually recalculate all the normals on there. Aha! I got rid of the weirdness right there. Sweet. Hey, that's looking good. That's looking like a coffee cup. For the most part. That's looking kind of like a coffee cup. Cool. Cool. So now, before I even get started, we need to rename this to coffee cup. And we need to go ahead and add a tag called collider. And that's going to be for our particle system later. Well, I'm about to do the particle system, but so, okay. Let's go into our mug level. That's all I can get rid of these spheres because I'm not using them. Okay. And then rename this to coffee cup. Excellent. And let's go ahead and save. It's been a while and I don't want to lose all of that progress. Because the less experienced with Unreal that you are, the longer it takes to do stuff. And I don't want to do it again. Even though I know what to do now, I don't want to do it again. Okay, next, in our mug level, I'm going to make a folder called Particles. And then we're going to create a Niagara system. And I don't think I need it to be a fluid, but let's just go to all. I want to do a fountain. Yes. So we're going to create a fountain. We're going to call it beam pour. Particles. Beam pour particles. So we're going to go into our Niagara system here. I'm going to drag this details panel into our fancy little section that I have created. Let's make sure that we get it nice and lined up in our viewport here. And then drag it down. Boom. All right. Now we can get more area for this. So the renderer is actually going to be a mesh renderer. So let's go ahead and delete that. And we're going to do a mesh renderer. And our mesh is going to be temporarily this. Go ahead and save the particles. And I'm going to make inside of here. Can I just make a mesh inside of this window? Static mesh. Mesh. Sphere. Okay, I can't just make it in that window, unfortunately. Create sphere. Radius of 5. How's that look in there? Does that look about bean size? Maybe 4? That looks about bean size, right? I'll just place it in there and, you know what? Let's go ahead and get it squished out. I don't know if it'd be easier to do it in here or to warp it. Looks like a Cocoa Puff. Yeah. I don't need to bolt. I need to squish and flare. So upper bound. Ooh. Flare percent Y. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. Then we could do something like a polygroup edit. And we will not have that on. I only want to do specific ones. So you. Uh-oh. Did I get one I didn't want? Doesn't look like it. You and you. Possibly. And we're going to bring that in a little bit. And it's not going to be making much sense now, but it will later. just really... I need a better FOV so I can get closer to this ding-dang thing. Can I change that? FOV. Yeah. 50 will be fine. Thank you. And then I don't really want to get too crazy with the details right now. I mean, I could, well, okay. I say that. But then I'm like, well, maybe I could do just a little bit more. Also, I need this. Almost time for me to switch my laundry out. And right there. And we're going to simply bring it in a little bit to make that sharper. So then we're going to do that for the same side. See, this is the thing where if I did this in Blender, I could just simply create this, select these sides, and then tell it to mirror what I did for the other side. But I'm not using Blender, so I'm going to bring this out just a little bit. But I think if I did start using Blender, I would have a much easier time ever since I started using Unreal. I think I would have a much easier time with it compared to my first experience with Blender, which I just got overwhelmed and ended up quitting, but that's due to other circumstances as well. So I think we're just gonna call that good for now. It has a bean-like shape. We can get more detailed with it later, but we have a bean now. Which is good. We've got our bean. Which is in here, and we're gonna rename it to coffee bean. And then I don't want it in there. I just wanted to generate it. So now we'll go back to our mesh renderer and we will select our coffee bean. So now we have coffee beans being spawned. A lot of beautiful coffee beans. Okay. Now we're going to go into spawn rates. I don't need that many right now. Let's just do 15 at a time right now. And initialize particle lifetime will be 60 and 60. They're not gonna die, is what's gonna happen. The mass 1 and 1. Well, I could probably do 0.85 and 1.25, so they have a little bit of a size variation. We're not using sprites. Mesh scale mode, we'll do random uniform. So yeah, this is where we need to do that. 0.85 and 0.25. So a little bit of a variation. Mesh render array visibility. If there's more than one mesh in the mesh array of your mesh renderer, you can index into the different... Okay, I don't have multiple. At least not for now. So that's good. Okay, shape location. Sphere radius. That's not going to be that. What's the distribution do? Let's pause it. So then we can modify this to see how it does stuff. Okay. Add velocity. Velocity speed. We don't need it super duper fast. Maximum of 400. There we go. Because it's going to be pouring into the coffee cup. This is our cone angle. Aha. So we'll do a cone angle of 26 degrees. And the inner cone angle (9 degrees). Rotation mode. Aha. We can point it down a little bit. Oop. By doing the y-axis. There we go. And we'll change the velocity to be lower. That'll probably be good. Speed fall off. Decrease the added speed as the direction deviates from the cone axis. So if we put that at a 5, 0, 5. Distribution along cone axis. Number 1 encourages most of the random velocities to be along the axis of the cone. So let's try that. Okay, that's 1 and 0. Probably not going to see a whole lot difference because we don't have a lot of particles and a lot of big cone and velocity. Which is fine. Okay. Particle state. Kills particles when lifetime has expired. No. If killing particles by age has disabled this loop, this will loop the particle lifetime over and over, allowing features that index into particle.age or particles.normalized age to still function even as the particle itself lives forever. But infinitely lived particles die when emitter deactivates. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set a spawn rate and then stop the spawn rate at a certain point via the timeline, the sequence. So I'm not worried about that right now. Gravity force, let's lower it a little bit. Probably like -500 looks pretty good. Drag, I don't need to worry about that right now. Solve forces and velocity. By default, the solver only solves linear velocity of particles. If add rotational velocity or mesh rotation force modules are used, the solver automatically enables additional behavior to solve the rotational velocity of a mesh by factoring mass and forces into the solution as opposed to directly setting the mesh orientation via a rotation rate or other set methods. My laundry is done drying. So please allow me to grace you with this coffee cup here. As beautiful as it is on screen, while I go and get my laundry out and at least lay it out so it doesn't wrinkle up real bad. Give me about 10 minutes. I'll be right back. I'm gonna stop the recording and then we'll pick up where we left off. Doesn't look like it. Looks like it doesn't matter if I have collider turned on that or not. So I'm gonna have to figure out control roll on collision. just for now, turn that off. Restitution. Let's do 0.1, see what happens. Okay. That makes them a little less bouncy. Restitution coefficient blending. This enum describes how the collision object's physical materials restitution coefficient and particles restitution coefficient are combined. Average. I need self collisions so they can collide with each other. I'm not seeing an I'm not seeing an option to have self collisions on. Why are they shooting out that way sometimes? Okay. That is the direction. So I'm going to put that like that. Oh. Oh, I see. There we go. All right. That's how we do it. Now the cone angle, I don't know if that's going to, I guess it affects a little bit on where they land. I want more to land on this side though. How do I get that? How do I get them? It's like there's a line stopping them from going over there. Let's pump up the spawn rate, see what happens. Yeah, they're all kind of... I bumped up the cone size. It's literally a cone. It's just aligned. Why? I just want from point. Oh, man. And there's my end stream alarm to go to the gym. If I do linear, no, you want it from cone. What do you want from me? I don't know. It's gonna have to wait though, because I need to gather my things to get to the gym. So I will be back. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'll be back in the next video. If you're watching live on Twitch, I'll be back in about 4.5 hours. Going to the gym, eating food, and then returning. I don't know if we'll be doing more of this or we'll be going back to Cataclysmo. In any case, I'll be back in about 4.5 hours. And I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.